Second, there's no filter for honesty. There are many websites in Indonesia that are suspected of hoax. Well, what is hoax for sure? Hoax is a trick to lie us and earn money. For instance, when you are using your mobile phone and suddenly something appears on the screen about something interesting, you click it, the sign will open automatically, and it requires someone opening to earn money, but you may not get anything. The other challenging issue is hate speech. For hate speeches, they'll get on forward of most question is probably internet. Remember, I said what hosts provoking art of what gives it the hate command, which in turn will become hate speech. It's getting extremely tedious. Every day, you'll see another fall down after another, or people getting famous because of someone else's stupidity. Basically, hate speech is a paragraph that contains hate expression with rude, and abusive words to certain people, especially based on religion, ethnicity, race. Spreading hate speech is hard. Everyone thinks that spreading hate speech is legal, but the judge share their opinion. Well, there are 4,400 suicides every year caused by hate speech. If you think that hate speech is not crime, there is evidence. The other case that similar with hate speech is cyberbullying. But you know what? Cyberbullying is very different from bullying. Cyberbullying is technology, like send your email to another. So someone can do it everywhere, every time. In fact, even bigger than real life bullying. Therefore, the problem is, how do you fix that? First, start from ourselves. When we begin to connect with our true self, we will come up against feelings of our system. Self-consideration are not stuck. Don't worry, it's just a part of the process and make it much more of a rewarding experience. Social media literacy is important solution. If you have little brother or sister, you might tell them that internet has limits and ethics. They cannot judge someone immediately based on what they are posting. Tell them to use the internet wisely, and they should apply ethics and principles of the internet. However, we can receive hoax everywhere every time. What we can do to protect ourselves from hoax is try not to trust something easily. Remember, hoax has interesting factors to pick our attention, so do not share it before checking. If you share something fake, the consequences are fatal. So remember to check it before sharing. Remember to check. And you may come up against insecurity and mental challenges to help others get self-awareness. We could always fight hoax, hate speech, and social media abuse by helping ourselves, our family, our friends, and as many individuals that in our sphere of influence. Although we cannot stop it completely, but everything is start from ourselves. Start by shutting up when you have nothing to say. Stop and think, how will this affect them? Not only that, learn reply to the hackers. They are caught hiding behind the screen. Don't try that. Just take a break from the internet. You deserve it. Thank you. That's all from me. Something that
Good evening, dear judges. My name is Chelsea. I'm 13 years old from Karunia Junior High. I chose to think broadly as students or future generations help to make Indonesia cleaner and greener for my speech today. As you all are already aware, these last few months, Indonesia has been declared as the worst air quality city in the world. And not too long ago, we saw that the Bali beach was full of plastic waste. Both are quite shocking news, but we as young generations can help fixing it by doing something starting from ourselves. Indonesia is said to be the second largest marine plastic polluter after China. You can find plastic everywhere since it's a cheap material and it has become a part of our everyday life at all levels of society. Campaigns of the three R's, reduce, reuse, recycle, are spreading everywhere, but it seems that not everyone applies those three actions in their daily lives. One plastic straw, for example, which is a seemingly harmless product, can take will last for many years in the environment, polluting our environment. Studies have proven that one plastic bag can take up to 200 years to decompose. One of the simplest solutions to overcoming this problem is by reducing our daily use of plastic. Imagine how many plastic bags are used, disposed, and polluting our environment each time we go to a shopping mall or when we cover our trash bin. At least one plastic bag is grocery shopping, you can bring your own eco bag. You can also bring your own food container instead of using the plastic food packaging the restaurant gives you. Another thing you can do is by reducing water usage. You can shorten your shower from 30 minutes to 15 minutes and always turn off the tap when it's not used. Currently, some companies have their CSR programs of green. They will plant one tree for purchasing their product. Bottom line, we should start immediately if we care about our environment. Start it from ourselves, then spread it to the world. Thank you.
Romance, this is such a wonderful day. Let us be grateful to the Mighty One for giving us this wonderful day. Thank you, judges, for giving me this one-time, lifetime experience standing and talking to all of you. My name is Erlangga, and I'm going to ask you several questions. First, how often you see in the news people are talking about the hoax they are spreading in this country? Second, have you ever experienced being judged and criticized by other people? Third, how often you see people saying bad comments on social media? Well, I often see the news are talking about the hoax they are spreading in this country. Second, I also experience being judged and criticized by other people. Third, I often see people saying bad comments in social media. This is why I choose to speak about our challenge against hoax, hate speech, and social abuse. I believe every one of us knows the word hoax or fake news. It's a news with no source at all. Indonesia's Intelligence of Communications and Technology said 90% of information in the internet are hoax, and each month there are more than 400 sites of hoax. This is a very huge problem for Indonesia. Why? We are like living in lies when most of information that we get are untrue. Just like I said before, I experienced being judged and criticized by other people. I used to feel bad about how do I look, how do I talk, and how do I perform in front of other people. Why? Because people said bad things about me. They said I'm ugly, they said I'm weird, they said I'm not in the community. This is also likely to verbal bullying. We people have social media. For what? For contact our friends, relatives, and families. But the uses of technology and the social media becoming dangerous when people use them to abuse other people. People use them to say bad comments. This is known as social abuse or cyberbullying. Another reason why I choose this topic is not because me as a teenager can easily connect with this topic, but because I believe all of us, whether you're rich or poor, workers or employed, even the president and the royals can connect with this problem. For example, the Duchess of Sussex, or known as Meghan Markle, was judged and criticized by the public because she's biracial. She was half black and half white. And the problem got bigger when she married the prince. The public thinks she's just on a race in her status, but this is so not true. Another example is the famous hashtag that went viral in Indonesia, hashtag justice for Audrey. This hashtag has a very complicated case to be solved. Why? Because there are a lot of different types of stories and many different types of sources. And then another hashtag showed up after the people put all of their sympathies to her. Hashtag Audrey juga bersalah, or known as Audrey is also guilty. How could this hashtag show up when people knows like, oh, she's a girl they've been bullied? Well, at the end, the police investigated this case, and the results were mind-blowing. First, Audrey is also guilty because she blamed other teenagers and not that are not included in the fight. There are only 3 teenagers included in the fight, but the hoax said there are 8 until 12 of them, and then there are no sexual harassment. These 2 examples have similarity. First, there are hoax news about them. Second, it all started by the social abuse and the hate speech about them. So, what should we do to face the challenge of hoax, hate speech, and social abuse? Well, first thing that we need the law enforcement, the government together with the police and with the Indonesia's technology.
We need to make a strict hoax. We have to make a strict law about it. Well, there's the law, but we need to be more stricter. We have to find the spreader. We have to give the spreader enough and the same judgment for him or her. Well, what should we do personally? First, we need to be wise on using social media as our means of communications. Second, we have to filter what we can trust and what we cannot trust. Third, we have to be careful. Be careful of what you hear, of what you speak, of what you read, because all of that can make you a spreader and a perpetrator of hoax. That's all for my speech. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.
My name is Hannah Talita from Junior High School, 253 Jakarta. And before I deliver my speech, I have a lot to tell. We have less than 12 years before climate crisis causes irreversible change for my future, our future. With that being said, Indonesia is a country once remembered for its vast rainforest. Indonesia is a country once known for its breathtaking coastlines, the diverse under-the-sea creatures. Indonesia is a country once famous for being the home of many endangered animals and endemic floras and faunas. But looking at current headlines, Indonesia is a country famous for its heavy pollution, dirty coastlines, raging wildfires, and increasingly extinct animals. What is happening now? Well, never mind what happened. Let's focus on what can we do. Do you know Greta Thunberg? She's a 15 years old climate activist. Chose to skip school on 20 August 2018 until Sweden's government took tangible action on reducing Sweden's carbon emission. Her then one-person movement called School Strikes for Climate raised awareness about climate crisis, causing thousands, so millions of students around the world rallying to urge their government to stand behind science. I'm not saying that we, students, should all strike school and protest parliament. Though it will be good, right? Skipping school for something good, and not because of a mere laziness. But what I am saying is, because our government seems inept and indifferent about how climate crisis will affect their future generation, then we should do our part better, right? Cleaner and greener Indonesia requires us, students and youth, to start from even the most minuscule things. We should start to minimize carbon footprints even from ourselves. Lessen the use of single-use plastic. Throw your trashes in trash bin, and better yet, separate it. And start using more mass transport than private vehicles. Besides all of this, as students and youth, we shall do more. We shall raise awareness and encourage others to do the same. We shall challenge our teachers, our parents, to start giving up on single-use plastic at all, for example. We shall participate in researches highlighting in climate crisis and give recommendations on actions that we can do. We shall protest to our parliament for the lack of efforts to save our future. Because it is not their future that's looking bleak. It's ours. We shall raise our voice and be loud. Because cleaner and greener Indonesia can only be achieved from a collective efforts. We are the one whose future is jeopardized from climate crisis. So we shall be the one who try with the most perseverance. If the people making strategical policies don't care about our future, then we shall make them care. Older generation dream big in their era. They dream of going to the moon. Well, I want to dream big too. I don't want my dreams to be as simple as growing up without worrying about pollution or rising sea levels. I don't want to worry about my future only to dream big. So, let's start cleaner and greener living from ourselves. Inspires others to do so. Then maybe, just maybe, we will have a better looking environment in the future. Thank you for your attention. Godspeed and have a good day.
I would like to say thank you to the merciful God for giving us the opportunity to be here. I would also like to say thank you to you guys, the judges, for giving me an opportunity and for being here with me on such a beautiful day. Hello, my name is Nadifa Zafina, and I'm from 252 Junior High School in Jakarta. And before I start, let us kick this off with a little story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a class group chat. And in that group chat is always that single person who gives us news. One time, this person shared a piece of news that really caught my eye. It is said, to help you deal with stroke, you can prick your finger with a needle. For a minute there, that must sound true. But doctors have confirmed it is not. Well, you might be wondering, what is this fake news? This is called the hoax. A hoax is an act intended to trick people. Why do people even make these hoaxes? Sometimes people make these hoaxes to trick someone, to lie to someone, to have fun, or to convince someone about something. You know those arguments you have at school with your friends? Well, sometimes people make hoaxes to convince that your friend is wrong. And that is a bad thing to do, because that is the same as lying. Well, little hoax here has a big brother. His name is hate speech. Hate speech is an act intended to make someone feel bad about a certain demographic about themselves. And some of those demographics can be race, age, gender, religion, and even more. To give you an example, let's say this. Person A is a senior, and person B is a junior. Person A starts commenting bad things on person B's, let's say, Instagram page. So these bad things, these bad comments, can affect person B harshly. It makes person B's self-esteem or self-confidence go down faster than trade. Well, hoaxes and hate speech are part of this big family filled with hate, lies, and tricks. This family is called social media abuse. Social media abuse is misusing social media. On social media, you're not supposed to trick people, lie to them, and even give negative impact. Well, how do we prevent this? We can start by sharing useful content on our own page and not sharing content that is too personal. You know why? Because social media is not our diary. Secondly, we can start filtering who follows us, who becomes friends with us, and who talks with us on social media. Why? Because these people, they can call you names. They can say bad things to you. They can even say things they wouldn't dare to say to you in real life. But after all this, you need to remember that these things do not determine who, what you can do, and whatever you can do. And you might not even know who these people are in real life. They can be a 40-year-old man behind the screen, pretending to be like a 16-year-old girl. And that is kind of creepy. This is why, in conclusion, We need to be careful of what we do, what we share, what we see, and who we become friends with on social media. We need to make the internet a better media for us to share and explore together. We need to stop spreading hoaxes. We need to stop making and spreading hate speeches to everybody. We need to make the media a better place for us to grow and share and learn together. We need to spread kindness. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. The Honorable Judges of Erlangga Calendar 2019. My name is Christina Sahid. I'm 7th grade from Al Hilal Islamic Junior High School. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala who has been giving us blessing and mercy, so we can attend this competition program in good condition. My salawat and salam are always given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has taught their people respectively in order to attain happy and prosperous life in this world and hereafter. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, the young generation of Indonesia, half of them lazy in learning, cannot manage time well, and just focus to play gadget. Whereas a good young generation is the master from a country. Like B.J. Habibie said, only the nation's children can be relied upon to develop Indonesia. It is impossible for us to expect it from other nations. That's why I choose the topic. What contribution can the youth make for better and greater of Indonesia? In this case, I, as the next generation of the nation, will actively participate and contribute to the nation state. There are several ways that we, as young generation, can do to contribute for our country. Okay, everyone. The first point is study well. In fact, many Indonesian children not interest in learning and reading. How we can contribute to Indonesia if we only study and read when we want to take the exam? To study is the key of success, and education is the gateway. There are so many benefits from learning, such as improve our knowledge and experience. The second point is be smart in technology. Undeniable in the era of globalization as it is today, technology has developed very rapidly. One example of a very popular technology is the gadget. Gadget is used by adult, teenager, and even children. Teenager is the main target for gadget makers to get the maximum profit because teenager have a high curiosity to about something new. This has negative impact such as loss of social communication, cybercrime, and cyberbullying. While the positive impact is learning for your skill through YouTube media, digital libraries, and others. The third point, as well as the last point, is spend the free time with the positive things. The young generation now prefer to spend time by playing at Apple and cafe and playing gadget. Even though there are so many activities that we can do as young generation to spend our free time, such as first, create useful video or content. If our video is like a buy many subscribers or followers, then we will get the money. You need it, we need it, right? Second, visit historical places like a temple and museum. Third, reciting Al-Quran. Fourth, practice French language skill. Fifth, produce blogs and others. Ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion of this speech is that we, as a young generation, must be able to contribute to the nation state by two ways. They are study well, be smart in technology, and spend the free time with the positive things. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all my speech. I apologize if I have mistake. Thank you for your time and your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Erlangga. I am 13 years old. I am from 8th grade. I study multimedia engineering. In this opportunity, I will be presenting to you a set my true recognition of our country from what I read from media. Indonesia Panama has a beautiful country, the emerald of the emerald. Our country hosts one of the biggest tropical rainforests in the world, which acts as the lung of the world. What's concerning that with this fortune is that it doesn't align with the understanding awareness people doing that. Did you know that Indonesia is the second largest contributor of plastic waste to the sea? Well, that around 87% of the 3.8 million of plastic that is disposed every year goes to the sea. That means every year Indonesia contributes 3.2 million tons of plastic waste to the sea. Plastic waste is one of many types of waste that take too long to decompose. Normally, plastic items take up 1,000 years to decompose, but plastic bags we use in our everyday life take 11 until 20 years to decompose, while plastic bottles take years. So, what can we do to reverse this condition? Whose responsibility is it to take care of our exit? Is it government? I believe every single person, students, teachers, parents, everyone has the ability to take part in their own capacity to work together and maintain our nature. We can start from the simplest act, like not to use one-time usage plastic. Setting people to put trash in the right bin. Making educational campaign to awareness and many other ways. I believe everyone always everyone always starts with the single step. Every single positive step we make as long as we get together will make a difference. Thank you. Thank you for the time. Let's make Indonesia cleaner and greener. Okay, yeah.
Good afternoon, journalists. I respect. First of all, I want to thank God for the opportunity. I thank God for all His blessings and His blessings throughout my journey until I'm standing right here being this thing. Today I'm going to share a speech about plastic. Everyone knows plastic is very dangerous. Made up a long time ago. Plastic is cheap, sterile, and it's convenient. Plus, when people made plastic, it changed our life. It made our life a lot easier. In the old days, people used to use the stuff that we find in the nature to build and make the stuff they need for their daily life. But since the invention of plastic roughly 100 years ago, it changed. It completely changed our world. Plastic is made out of BPA, which turns into polymer synthetic, and polymer synthetics have extra properties such as durable, lightweight, and it can be molded into any shape. Plastic doesn't require time consuming manual work and it can be mass
so much it can outweigh all the featured videos from 2015. It's destroying the marine animals' life. It's very dangerous. And based on my research, on 2013 alone, 90% of seabirds had used plastic in 2018. A dead sperm whale washed up in Spain and it had 32 kilograms of plastic. I think that's already bad. We have a bigger problem. Plastic that is floating on the water and constantly exposed by the UV radiation creates microplastics because it comes up to pieces. Microplastic is toxic. Unfortunately, it goes up to our food too. How? Sea planktons eat microplastic. Sea planktons are eaten by small fishes, are eaten by predatory fish, crabs, oysters, and bigger fishes. And those ends up on our plate. It's like we consume stuff that contains plastic in it. That's so dangerous. We really and even some of our daily habits contains microplastics such as honey, sea salt, even tap water and the dust around us contains microplastic. And microplastic is again toxic. We have to do something about it. And the thing is, maybe you're thinking like, oh, we should just ban plastic and it should completely gone and we the earth would be better and we would live happily. But it's not that easy and it's very complicated. Why? Because a lot of people are use plastic and plastic is so famous, it's so hard to stop. Like people are so used to using plastic, it's very hard to stop yourself. Even when you're thinking, oh, I should change the world and stop using plastic, you will just do stuff that are actually like you will do it without realizing that you're doing something wrong. Like, and we actually have to start thinking why. And we have to actually think that little things actually matter, like putting this trash into this trash can to make the environment cleaner and like stop thinking that it's only me that does it. It won't affect it to the world. But if thousands and thousands of people in the world is doing and thinking about it, it won't change anything. And the world will just be a mess. And the world needs our help. The world is in our hands. The future is in our hands. So we must do something about it. And it's just our job to do it. And I think that's it. So I'm sorry if any were different or I didn't mistake and I make it great.
Thank you. It's getting my part. It's about my school. My school helped me a lot through my dark times. My school doesn't teach, but getting good grades, getting you must be on top of everyone. No, no. My school teaches how to be a good person. It my school teaches morals instead of academics. It teaches how to be a good person instead of teaching maths. I'm not gonna talk about my school. I'm just gonna give that information. I'm gonna talk about useless math in the abundance of it. There are many students that get arrested for doing like their crimes at their age. Underage smoking, having inappropriate things done by them, you know? Yeah. And then they do this, you know, like the high school, they work with a rock, and I mean, hey, bam, bam, and they go to prison. Instead of going to prison, they should go to a community service. Like back then, I was in New Zealand. Okay. I smoked. I once smoked. I got caught by the police. Instead of going to prison, I had 30 hours of community service. That, in my opinion, teaches good character. Instead of going to prison, getting beaten up, getting sodomized, we should teach the little children, the teenagers, to clean the country. Like, instead of like hitting someone for sexual assault or something like that, that are common in our school system, we should like
go do them community service instead of going to prison for 10 years for doing a crime that they commit because of their young age or their school system. They should put them in community service just like 10,000 hours instead of going 4 years to prison to do like smoking, a minor crime, something you do, almost everyone does at their prime time, age 15, 16. They go to prison for what? Smoking. Wow. For having a girlfriend, you get caught. You get in prison for having a friend who's a woman. Okay? Instead of going to prison, we should just clean up the country. Like instead of going 4 years and get beaten up every day, eat nothing but porridge and rice, clean the country. Just go to a city, clean it up, swipe it, instead of going to prison for 4 hours, 4 years. Just a day, go to Alun, go to the mosque, clean it, just like scrape some leaves, pick up some bottles, instead of going 4 years to prison. Community service cleans the country and works manpower, uses the manpower, teaches the teenagers what they should do instead of going to prison, fighting. Okay? They should just teach them to do something good instead of beating other people up, making more bad students. That's bad, in my opinion. That's the Indonesian school system is rigged. It's bad. It's bad for business. Okay? Well, okay, you need to get high grades if you want to go to get a good job. No, in New Zealand, they teach you. Okay, it's not the matter. It doesn't matter if you get 7, get a B, get a C. All that matters, you should have a really good character. You should be good to people. You should be kind, grateful. Instead of, you should get high grades so you can be the president, so you can be a salesman. No, it's not like that. Number one, it's not academics. Being good at something at school doesn't mean you're good at life. It means that you're better at writing, you're better at learning. Okay? It doesn't teach you to be smart. It teaches you to be smart in mathematics and science. It doesn't teach you how to be a good person. It teaches you how to be a robot when you go to school. In a school system like this. In my opinion, this is the last time to school system in Indonesia. What I propose is they should teach the kids how to be a good person instead of teach them how to get good grades. It's not a perfect system. Nobody has a perfect system. But this person has to be kind to others instead of pressing me to get high grades, to learn the piano, to learn the violin, to do aeronautics. No. What are humans? Humans are living beings. They're not robots. They don't have to go to school for something they don't like. Indonesia has a lot of them. They have a lot of students roaming around the streets, being drunk, smoking, fighting. Instead of going to prison, getting beaten up. Just clean the city. It's a fast way, a cheap way to clean the city. And it just uses it. Thanks.
Honorable judges, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alfa Fifi. I'm from Freedom Islamic World Academy. Honorable judges, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear clean country? Well, in my case, I think of Japan or Singapore, but I've never thought of Indonesia. And that actually makes me wonder, why isn't our country considered clean? And then realized, our country is far from the word clean. Just a few months ago, I went to an MRT station in Jakarta, and there I was greeted with an unpleasant sight, a sight where little pieces of paper were scattered all around the station. Although it wasn't that many, but still, this is still considered as violating the rules. And what irritates me more is people just pass by as if nothing is bothering them, as if they're fine with the current situation. How could Indonesia be a clean country If us as the citizens are so careless about these issues, a small piece of paper may be tiny, but never, ever underestimate how small the trash could be. Because imagine 100,000 people throwing trash, a tiny piece of paper to be exact, but at the same time, each of them. It will surely result a messy and dirty input. But that's only 100,000 people. What if a million people? What if 100 million people? What if the whole country itself? Sure, we could hire cleaning services, but if people constantly litter, then hiring cleaning services will just be a waste of time and money and effort. We should acknowledge that one of the causes of these problems are within us ourselves. Ignorance is taking over Indonesia, and also a lack of self-awareness. Our mindset shouldn't be the same as those who are unself. But actually, Singaporean citizens don't necessarily need to be threatened by the fine because they themselves see littering as a disgraceful act. Speaking of trash, we should also limit plastic usage. Why? Because first of all, it will result less litter. And second, if we limit plastic usage, we're practically saving the world and Indonesia, of course. According to AsiaSentinel.com, an estimation of 1.3 million tons of plastic waste is tossed annually into Indonesia's seawater. That harms marine life and the earth too. They also influence global warming and drastic climate changes, just to name a few. So, why are we still using plastic and why are we living in Indonesia? But can an individual change the world by itself? The answer is technically yes, because the most basic thing we could do to change the world and Indonesia is to start changing ourselves for the better of the world and Indonesia. We should acknowledge that we should consider our actions, our consequences, what will occur when we do our decisions. So instead of using plastic waste, disposing plastic waste, once I'm using plastic waste, why not change them to stainless steel utensils and containers? So the next time you encounter these similar scenarios, will you be a smart citizen who will save the world and Indonesia? Or will you be the ignorant citizen that doesn't care about his surroundings? Remember, the decision maker here is you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Have you ever heard the latest news about about there was a college student that was killed when rioting about the new regulation about KPK. Some said he passed away at Palembang. Some said he passed away at Jakarta. Some said he passed away at Medan. But you know what? None of them was proven. It means it's a lie. A hoax. Do you know? Hoax is really common in social media that more than 100 million people are using it. Some of them might spread hoax. Hoax that can make people provocate. So, what exactly hoax is? Hoax is an hoax in hoax. Hoax is a falsehood deliberately fabricated masquerade as the truth. And also, there's a crucial age that tends to trusting a hoax. It is 35 years old and above, or usually called digital immigrant. But the question is, how do they spread? Well, it
could be done through interpersonal communication, even direct communication, or media communication. Related to it, hate speech is also a serious problem in social media. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, hate speech is speech that attacks a person or a group, that attacks race, religion, national origin, and disability. But what are the similarities between hoax and hate speech? Well, there's similarities where their goals are same. It is the sense of wanting to be a winner and brings others down. So, how exactly we crack this problem? Well, first, with literacy. The better you read, the more often you read, the more better you can think critically. And the last is always speak up. As a guest, that a community should encourage their members to channel their fight against hoax and hate speech through art, literature, and so on. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon to the judges and the cameraman here. So, before I deliver my speech, I would like to say thank you to the Erlangga publisher and the judges here for letting me deliver my speech. My name is Erlangga Patricia, and I'm from Western School, and I'm from Jakarta. So, today's speech, I will talk about how the young generation will make Indonesia greener and cleaner. So, global warming has caused this temperature to become. Do you feel that
minum itu green tea-nya diminum aja. Saya nggak minum itu buat mbak aja. Saya nggak minum.
it's supposed to be in the rain season, but it's not? It's because of the global warming. Global warming is the rise of the temperature in the earth. And there are several factors that cause global warming. These several factors such as the release of the carbon dioxide to the air. And the second factor is because people keep continuing to chop down the trees for their own benefit. And the third is because of the pollution, such as air pollution, land pollution, and water pollution. So air pollution is caused by release of the carbon dioxide by vehicles, and we can reduce this carbon dioxide by using bicycle to your school or using public transportation. And water pollution is caused by human that are responsible and by throwing the trash to the river and from to the sea, even oceans. And I saw a video of caused by people that throw trash into the land. And do you know that plastic, styrofoam, bottle, and diapers are hard to degrade? Do you know how long will it degrade? 10 years? 100 years? No. Even 1,000 years. I feel worried, Asian. We can make this condition better by using bicycle to your school. And if your school is far from your home, you can use public transportation such as MRT, bus, even trade. And the second is you can bring your own water bottle to your school instead of buying once used water bottle. And the third is you can make a program to your school to plant trees or plant whatever it is that can release oxygen. So thank you for the attention. Have a nice day.
Good afternoon, judges. Good afternoon, judges. Before I start my speech, I would like to say thank you to Erlangga publisher and the judges for giving me an opportunity to deliver my speech. My name is Grace Antia. I am from Western School in North Jakarta. My topic speech is how the young generation make our country greener and greener. What is greener? Is it green items or green food? I state in Macmillan Dictionary. Yes. Greener is something green and relates to the grass. And we all know that grass relates to tree. Tree play as the important role in our earth. Why? Because tree take in the carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Oxygen is very important to our lives because we need oxygen to breathe. But many people don't care about the trees and cut down a lot of trees because their business. And it results to landslide, flood, pollutions, and even global warming. Global warming leads to ice melt in North and South Pole and make the sea level increase. We need to worry about this condition. I saw news about Amazon forest get burned by careless humans. Amazon forest contribute to 20% oxygen in this world. If this situation keeps continuing, do you know what will happen in the future? Starting now, not later, we need to not cut down the trees and plant more trees. To reduce carbon dioxide footprints, we can use friendly environment vehicle like bike. And to reduce the use of plastic, we can do 3R. 3R is reduce, and recycle. First, reduce is by how do we reduce the use of plastic? We can use when you want to go to shopping, you can bring your own bag to put the stuff in. And bring your own food container if you want to order food. Second, the use. For example, is the bottle we use to drink. We can use it as food, as soap container by pouring the liquid soap inside the bottle. Third, recycle. For example, is After we use detergent, don't throw the sachets away because we can recycle it as bag or even clothes. For cleaner part, we can start from protecting our environment from trash, plastics, by by cleaning the environment with your family, neighbor, and friends. As a young generation, we must care about the environment. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
My name is Erlangga. I'm from SMP. Honorable ones, the juries, participants, speech comments, and all audiences. Before I begin to deliver the speech, I would like to invite you to thank all of our government who has given us mercy and blessing, so we can meet together in this blessed place. And also let's deliver salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which brought us from darkness to greatness. Today, I would like to deliver a speech called Let's Make Indonesia Cleaner and Beautiful. Guys, let's think. Surrounding world. There are so many buildings, so many cars and motorcycles and people. And also, build a wheel, and also so many cars. They contribute to the air pollution of our air. The air full of the carbon dioxide. It makes us hard to fill our land with fresh air. The river, the sea run as full of plastic glasses, plastic bag, and straw. Just make our water quality. Realize it or not, we live in this world depends on the environment. We drink water from our environment. We breathe air from our environment. And we eat foods as blended from our environment. Our environment has great influence in our life. Our environment gives us life. Good or bad, the condition of our environment to will definitely affect will definitely affect will definitely affect our environment is our life. We can do feel our environment around us. Plastic buildings that we see, carbon dioxide that we breathe, and polluted water that we drink. That we drink. Full of uncoated water that we drink become our daily menu right now. Though we just stay still and enjoy it does menu every day, or we can do something to small hopping to see green trees, breathe fresh oxygen, and drink clear water, much more. Ladies and gentlemen, small actions such as planting some trees, put grass in the right place, and save electricity, and reduce the usage of motor vehicle will save upwards to the city. Okay. Sorry. let me introduce myself. My name is Malika Desriva Iranisa, and I'm a student of Kuba Islamic School, Bekasi. Standing in front of you all, I would like to talk about youth contribution. The word contributing to the nation might sound hard to do for some people. Am I right? We might think that it must be done with a large movement and also involving a professional people. So, what about us? What can we do? As the youth generation, we might think that we can't make contribution for this nation. But, do you know, in my opinion, the youth can contribute also, even with only the small thing. But, how we could do that? If you ask me, I will answer, study hard and get achievement. It's simple, right? Let's think about it. If we study very hard every day, what can we get from it? Well, who knows that maybe one day we can get a great achievement, even better in the international event. Who is not proud if we're able to achieve that? Even Indonesia itself will be proud of us. Why? Because we can raise our flag proudly. And can you imagine that all of the people appreciate our national anthem, Indonesia Raya? And also we can brought the name of Indonesia in the international event. But here I emphasize that it is not only to win and compete in academic fields. It depends on your passion. No matter what your passion is, whether it's sports, music, debate, acting, and so on, you can make a great contribution in any field. The only thing that you have to do is study it well. Another example that I would like to tell you is being useful for the environment. Okay, I'll give you example for this. How about joining the cleaning village activities? Or maybe joining the youth organization that have positive activities. See, it's quite simple, right? Don't think that must be done by joining the NGOs like Greenpeace. Just try with small thing first. Here is my last example. But maybe it's quite tough, even for me. But after I think about it, I felt like this is what our country needs. Our country really needs the future leaders that have a critical thinking. Why? Can you imagine that? We have to live there, but there are so many problems. For example, right now, there are so many problems that haven't been solved in Indonesia, right? So we have to find solution for this. So I would like to invite you, my brothers and sisters, to develop our critical thinking together, because it is what Indonesia needs. In the end of this speech, I would like to remind you, and it is a reminder for all of us, even me, that youth is not only the number of age. However, inside that, there are many potential to build a better and greater Indonesia in the future. A better Indonesia means a better future for us. If not us, who will? That's all my speech. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Have a nice day.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lintang Nur Fadila Yunus. I'm from Kuba Islamic School in Bekasi. In this opportunity, I will tell you about pollution. As we know, our country Indonesia has so many problems with dirt. Indonesia is the second place of the contributing to plastic pollution in the world for around 3.25 million tons each year. Imagine that, there's so many plastic. Plastic is taller than us. And or maybe your decks is wall from plastic. After that, please stop littering and everywhere, because flood is caused by rubbish in the sewer. When it starts to rain, the water will increase faster than usual. The people around us about environment is still minimal. They keep throwing their trash in everywhere, every time, every place. They think there are people who will clean this because
There's a people will do this job. It's not me. I pay for it. I paid for that. So ignore it. Please change our mindset because it's not good mindset. Just think, if all people in this world have the same mindset like we, maybe this land is not a dirt land but plastic land. The water will full of plastic, and after that we can increase to plant a tree because tree can absorb the water when it rains. Tree, and we can make our planet or country is greener. So we can prevent two kind of pollution, air pollution and water pollution. When the air and water is clean, that will make our life is healthy. Air pollution is the second problem of Indonesia. Why? Because almost all of Indonesia have their own transportation. I guess all of you in here have your own transportation, right? Even it's car or motorcycle. Imagine that all of people in here use their motorcycle or car in the road with the traffic road, and that will make so much pollution in that. To prevent that, we can do walk if the destination or place is near from the place that we here. After that, let's using motorcycle and please using a public transportation. At the end of my speech, I will to underline one thing that we have to keep our planet or country to greener and cleaner, so we can live healthy. This is all my speech, and thank you for your attention and have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
If the youth was a white paper, it would be ready for anything to be written on it. If written with the wrong words, then it can produce a paper that is bad and useless for others. However, if written with the right words, then it can produce a paper that can be a benefit and positive influence for others. Ladies and gentlemen, judges and audience, my name is Luna Askia, and I am from Widya Cendekia Islamic School, and in this way, I would like to deliver you all my speech. Now, let me ask you a question. Who is the youth? Is it your sister? Your brother? Yes, the youth is us. The youth has a role to renew, refresh, and maintain. This role of the youth is used to renew and refresh the current status of society, including leaderships, innovations, skills, and etc. Even though there are many evidence that shows the potential of youth, there is still a negative statement. I am only youth. Meaning, if we are only youth, we cannot do anything for our country. I believe that this statement is entirely wrong. If we could just believe that we are the agents of change and the future leader of our country, then we can change the statement. I am only youth to become I am the future leader of the country. Embrace our young age as the age of learning, not as an excuse for nothing. Now, allow me to give a good example of a successful youth. Benji Habibi had received German citizenship for his honorary in his aviation technology. Benji Habibi was also a pioneer in the Indonesian aviation industry, as his aircraft had shown the world that Indonesia could move towards an industrial era while being mainly labeled as a third-world country. So instead of wasting our age in such a bad way, such as using drugs or being involved in a criminal circle, or doing something fully stupid in social media, such as spreading hate and making a bad track of youth, we should encourage and devote ourselves for the greater good. But in order to do that, there are several things that you should do. First, believe in yourself as the future of a nation and chase your dream no matter what your passion is. Nowadays, there are many ways to become the pride of a nation. It does not always have to compete in the academic field, such as debate or world math competitions. Musicians, athletes, and artists could also contribute for Indonesia. For example, in the field of sport, we all know and proud of Liliana Natsir, who has won gold medal in badminton
wrote the script for the movie Rocky Balboa, and he got rejected many times. After many challenges faced, a producer agreed to make him the actor, and the movie Rocky Balboa became one of the most famous movies on earth. This inspirational life story of Sylvester Stallone tells us that we should do whatever we are doing persistently and focus on it so that in the future the results will come unexpectedly amazing. And finally, in conclusion, the youth, as the future of a nation, should be aware of their true identity. They should encourage themselves to learn more and act more instead of doing nothing. Or even worse, choose to do some stupid activity in order to be viral online. Be something that Indonesia will be proud of because you are the hope of Indonesia. That's it from me. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you. Mbak, nggak kelar Mbak.
Ya,